The Bukit Ho Swee fire was the largest fire to ever break out in Singapore. It happened on May 25, 1961, at around 3:30 p.m., which was also the day of Hari Raya Haji, a public holiday for people living in Singapore. Although the cause of the fire was never stated, sources claim that a combination of factors such as strong winds, oil, and vacuum from the nearby godowns intensified the fire. Low water pressure from hydrants in the affected area had delayed firefighting of an hour, till engineers and Singapore City Council was able to restore adequate water pressure. Access to the fire-stricken areas was also made difficult by the disorganized layout of the housing settlements, as well as the throngs of people who had gathered, slowing down movements of various operations such as firefighting and evacuation.
The blaze completely burned down the huts and an area of about 100 acres, about 0.4 square kilometers, consisting of a school, a coffee mill, 2 oil mills, 2 junk shops, 2 tire shops, 3 timber yards, and 3 workshops were also destroyed in the disaster. 4 people died due to the fire, and a total number of 2,833 families, comprising of 15,694 people, were left homeless. Animals such as chickens, pigs, and other livestock perished in the fire, leaving the economy in tatters. About 1,500 policemen, including 2 platoons of Gurkhas, cordoned off the fire site and conducted patrols throughout the night, with a partial curfew imposed on the area to prevent looting. The Health Department started burying animal carcasses in deep trenches to prevent them from spreading diseases. The Social Welfare Department later described the relief operation as the greatest challenge ever to be met in its 15-year-old span of existence, said then Housing and Development Board HDB planner and architect Elliot John Wu. Despite successfully relocating fire victims, the crowded and unsanitary conditions at the relief centers posed a constant danger and risk of health problems. Right after the fire broke out, the victims were brought to the centralized fire victim camps that were set up at several schools at Kim Seng Road and River Valley Road. School compounds were crowded with thousands of fire victims, police, military personnel, Red Cross, St. John Ambulance Brigade, doctors, nurses, volunteers, and helpers. Immense property damage caused by the fire was estimated at $2 million. Army trucks were mobilized to deliver 6,000 blankets, 3,000 mattresses, as well as food, cutlery, and plates to the relief centers. A clinic was also set up by the General Hospital at Kim Seng West School. In order to save as much of the people's possessions as possible, Operation Salvage was carried out to allow victims to recover their belongings under strict army and police supervision. Due to the unsanitary conditions at the relief centers, the government also had to find a way to relocate all the victims into permanent homes.
Despite having caused large losses to the fire victims and Singapore's economy, the 1961 Bukit Ho Swee fire proved to be a pivotal moment in the development of modern Singapore. After the fire had torn through houses at Kampong Bukit Ho Swee, which were mostly constructed of wood, this event shed light on the fact that wooden houses were prone to fires. This motivated the government to build more public housing, which were high-rise blocks of flats constructed with concrete. The Housing Development Board, otherwise known as HDB, managed to relocate about 6,000 people to the available 1,150 flats in Queenstown, Tiong Bahru, Alexandra, and Kallang by 24 September 1961. And by February 1962, all remaining families were relocated successfully. The disaster resulted in the convening of a special sitting of the Legislative Assembly, during which the government passed a motion to acquire the fire sites for redevelopment into a low-cost housing area, and also amended the Land Acquisition Ordinance. This amendment allowed the value of land that had been devastated by the fire to be assessed based on its inhabited state before the fire. This also allowed land that had been devastated by the fire to be acquired by the government at not more than a third of the original value of the vacant site, unless specified otherwise by the minister. This amendment was carried out to prevent landlords from unduly benefiting from an appreciation in the value of their land. The flats constructed to house the fire victims constituted the first large-scale building project ever undertaken by HDB. The fire, site clearing and rebuilding marked a key moment in the nationwide public housing and kampong clearance program, leading to the transformation of the social and physical landscape of Singapore. The relocation of the former villages to public housing also allowed the government to integrate them into the state-sanctioned formal economy, advancing the development of the nation. This amendment allowed the value of the land that had been devastated by the fire to be assessed based on its inhabited state before the fire. As government guidelines value unoccupied land at 3 times more than inhabited land, this amendment gave the government more power in acquiring fire sites. The government justified this move as removing any inducement or temptation for landlords to commit arson, with the ultimate goal of profiting from unoccupied land.